What is up, everybody? We are staying cinematic. It is Owen Shapiro, the director who loves talking about football, basketball, and soccer. Today, we are going to test my knowledge. Do I know every single NFL Super Bowl winning team from every single year, from 1966 to 2025? Do I know every single one? Let's start. 2024, obviously the Philadelphia Eagles, so I'll write that in. 2024 Eagles. 2023. 2023. That would be the it's just funny because 2023 Kansas City Chiefs. Okay. Chiefs. Okay. 2022. Once again, that would be the Kansas City Chiefs. So if last year was the Eagles beat the Chiefs, the year before that was the Chiefs beat the 49ers, and the year before that would be, well, unless it was the Rams that beat the Bengals. Well, let's see. 2020 was Buccaneers beat Chiefs. So I'll write that in again too. So 2020 Buccaneers. All right. Then 2021. Well, technically 2020 was the Chiefs, but we'll just say Buccaneers. And then 2021 was, that was the Rams. That was the one where the Rams beat the Bengals. And then 2022 was the Chiefs. Okay. So, 2023 was the Chiefs when they beat the 49ers. So 2022, that'd be the Eagles. That's right. The Chiefs beat the Eagles. So that means 2019 is the Chiefs. All right. That means 2018 is the Patriots. That means 2017 is the Eagles. 2016 is the Patriots. 2015 is the Broncos. 2014 is the Patriots. Malcolm Butler interception on the goal line. 2013 is the Seahawks. Okay. 2012 is the Ravens. 2011 is the Giants. Of course, I remember that. Oh boy. 2010 is the Packers with Aaron Rodgers when they beat the Steelers. 2009 is the Saints when they beat the Colts. 2008 is the Steelers when they beat the Cardinals. All right. 2007 is the Giants when they beat the Patriots. Of course, I remember that too. 2006, the Colts when they beat the Bears. Peyton Manning's first Super Bowl. 2005, Steelers beat Seahawks. And then that means, once again, 2004, Patriots. 2003, Patriots. Loving it. 2002, Buccaneers. 2001, one of my favorites, when Brady had his first Super Bowl, Patriots. 2000, Ravens beat Giants. So Ravens. 1999, the Rams beat the Tennessee Titans. Okay. All right. 1998, the Broncos beat the Falcons. 1997, Broncos beat the 1997. That means the Broncos beat the Packers. 1996. It's not being quizzed on who they beat. I just it's good to know. It's just good to know because it's good to memorize it. 1996, I believe it was the Packers beat the Patriots with Drew Bledsoe. 1995, I believe that was the Cowboys, I believe. That means 94, I think, was also the Cowboys. I think were both of these the Bills? I think either one of them was the Bills. I know 2 out of 3 might have been the Bills. That means I believe 1993 was it the not Commanders. We'll just call it Redskins. Was it the Redskins or was it the Giants? So let's see. How many Super Bowls? Who was the quarterback? So if we don't know who it is, how do we figure it out? We know that 1989 was the 49ers. That means 1990. That might be the 49ers, actually. Yeah, it might be the 49ers, one of these. Okay. I'm going to say, let's keep going. So if 1990 was the 49, if 1989 was the 49ers, 1990 was likely the Giants. 1991 was likely the Cowboys and then Giants again, I believe. Okay, I'm going to go with this. So I'm going to say, so that means one more of these has to be the Cowboys. One more of these has to be, in the 90s, has to be the 49ers. 2 more have to be the Giants. So I'm going to go 49ers in 93. 1994, 1992, I'm going to go with the Cowboys. 1991, I'm going to go with the Giants. Then that means 1990, I'm going to say the Redskins. Okay, so 1990s, we got Redskins 1990, Giants 1991, 1992 is the Cowboys, 1993 is the 49ers, 1994 is the Cowboys, 1995 is the Cowboys, 1996 is the Packers, 1997 is the Broncos, 98 Broncos, both with Elway, 1999 the Rams when they beat the Titans on the goal line. Okay, 1989, this one's a little bit easier. It was Joe Montana's 49ers. Respect, Tom Brady's favorite player ever. All right, that means I'm going to go 1988, the Giants with Lawrence Taylor. 1987, I'm going to go the Redskins. 1986, I'm going to go the 49ers. And I think 1985, I'm also going to go with the 49ers because they were pretty dominant. Joe Montana won 4 Super Bowls, so keep that in mind. So keep that in mind when we're doing this. From in between the 80s, he won 4 Super Bowls. So yeah, unless it was the 90, but I believe the Redskins was 1990. So I'm going to say the 80s was we'll go 4 Super Bowls with Joe Montana in the 80s. So I believe 1984, I believe, is the Redskins. All right. 1983. Oh boy, this is getting crazy. Okay. So who do we knock off? Who has Super Bowls? We knocked off the Patriots. We knocked off the Broncos. We knocked off the Cowboys, but that's later Cowboys, so we got that off. Staubach isn't on the later Cowboys. It was Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin. We knocked off obviously the Rams, the Seahawks, Colts. We'll get back to that later. Let's see. Chiefs, we obviously have off. Eagles, we have off there. Did I forget the... No, I got them. All right, good. I got the 2017 Eagles. I was just overthinking it. Okay, so let's see. Then I'm going to go with 83. Let's see. It's not anyone in the AFC East unless it's the Dolphins. It's not the AFC South. That wasn't formed at the time because the Colts were in the AFC East. So maybe the Dolphins or Colts. AFC North, I don't believe it's the Steelers. They didn't win in the 80s. I don't believe it is the Browns. Ravens weren't formed. The Browns at that time became the Ravens. So, and then the Browns were reestablished. But so the Ravens no, Browns no. The Bengals no, but they did lose a few of these at the time in the 80s. So that means it's the, all right, let's go AFC West, not the Chargers. Raiders, that is a good point. The Raiders, yep, I think that might be it. Okay, Raiders. All right, okay. So the Raiders are definitely one of the teams. Let's see, just win, baby, right? Al Davis, just win. Okay, so if the Raiders are one, then that would mean that the Broncos were already knocked off and the Chiefs were already there, and that'd be in the beginning too. So I think it would be the Raiders, and NFC, it would either be not the Packers, not the Vikings, not the Bears. Oh boy, I just realized 85, the 49ers, it was actually the Bears. All right, there we go. All right, this is going to be fun. Okay. All right. I think we're gonna have to think this through. So, if the NFC East, the Eagles already mentioned, the Giants already mentioned, the Cowboys will be earlier on, and the Commanders, the Redskins. Okay, that's there. That could easily trip people up, but I'm not letting it affect me. Seahawks, that's later on, earlier than what we did, and then later on in the years. So the 49ers, okay, that's there. I'm gonna go with the Raiders, and then I'm going to go with 92 and 90, 81 and 82, I believe, were the 49ers. So 1981, 49ers. All right, 1980, 49ers. All right, something still seems a little bit missing. I think it's did Gibbs win 1 or 2 Super Bowls? I'm going to say the Raiders won 2 of them, but they didn't. Did they repeat? Well, the Saints, the Falcons, Panthers, and Buccaneers didn't win any at the time. And I don't think some of them were even made at the time. So if I were to flip this around, we know the 49ers won in 89. We know the Giants likely won in 88. So that probably means the Redskins won. All right, I have an idea. I'm going to switch this up. I'm going to go 49ers 1990. Yep, I'm going to go 49ers in 1990. 49ers. All right, 1998, I'm going to do the Giants. And then 1988 will be the Redskins. No, but that doesn't make sense too, because did the Redskins repeat? So, all right, you know what? Let's go. Who am I missing? So, I know who it is. It's the it's the Raiders, I believe. Wait. Let me think this through. The 49ers had to repeat, though. All right. I'm going to say that the 49ers win in 90. The Giants win in 98, 89. Giants win in 1991. And then that means probably I'm going to go Raiders just for safety in 1988. Okay. All right. 1980. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. Dolphins won 3. You have to remember that. People say Dolphins won 3. So 79, I'm going to go with the Dolphins also, unless it's the Cowboys. 1978, I'm going to go with the Cowboys. Once again, we can go and fix this. So 1977, not 1777, 1977, I'm going to go with the Steelers. All right, Steelers. Okay. 1976. That's got to be the Steelers again, I believe, right? 76 Steelers. All right. 75 has got to be the Cowboys. All right. And then I believe that puts us at 74. So the Cowboys won 3, I'm pretty sure, right? I'm going to say, though, it's the Baltimore Colts at the time. Yes, they were the Baltimore Colts. If not, I'll switch it back later because I think it's, some of these teams repeated and had, a squeakquel, whatever you want to call it, a sequel. They didn't three-peat, but they had a double repeat. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out. Okay, so 1973. I'm gonna go with the Steelers. I'm gonna say 19. So we have Cowboys already. Cowboys. I'm gonna say 1971 would be the Cowboys. Yeah, I believe they're the Cowboys. All right. That brings us to 1970. Okay. So that means 1970, would it be the Baltimore Jets? So I know the first 4, actually. It's Packers, Jets over Colts. No. Packers, Raiders, Jets, Chiefs. Packers, Raiders, Jets, Chiefs. So we'll go down to 1966. Packers, 1967. Packers, 1968. Okay. Raiders, 1969. 1969 would be the 1969 would be the Jets, and 1970 would be the Chiefs. But that means the Baltimore. Yeah, I think that's right. All right, it's got to be right. So, all right, there we go. Okay, just making sure. Okay. All right, let's check it. So I got 38 right and 21 incorrect, which puts me at let's see, 38 out of 58, a 65%, which isn't even passing. So, so obviously I was a little bit obnoxious, but I had fun doing this. I love to learn. I love to improve. I love to get better. I love to open up my mind. There's nothing wrong with improving. There's even any information. Learning can just be so helpful, and I find it therapeutic. Even if I get it correct or wrong, I wanted to open up and learn and improve. So anyway, everybody, I'm your boy Owen Shapiro on the Shap podcast, the director talking football, basketball, and soccer. Stay cinematic.